I want to talk about some NFL news and notes, particularly some things that could affect the Bears and really could affect the entire outlook of the game. So first and foremost, Tom Brady is retired. In case you didn't see the message this morning, he put out a big video saying that he is walking away from the game. He is done with the game. Finally, after all this time, obviously the greatest quarterback of all time statistically. He'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. But it brings up some interesting situations about the NFC. So right now, I saw this tweet today. Here are the quarterbacks in the NFC South, the starters that we know of. It's going to be Kyle Trask for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Desmond Ridder for the Falcons, and technically Marcus Mariota if he stays there. He's going to be a free agent, but you never know. The Saints will still have Jameis Winston, as far as we know. And the Carolina Panthers are going to have a mishmash of whoever is going to be there. Maybe Sam Darnold. Maybe Will Grier if he's still there. P.J. Walker. I mean, so the point is the NFC South is taking a beating now with Tom Brady leaving. The NFC South is going to be a joke, actually, if nobody else gets a quarterback. It's going to be weird. It's going to become one of the weaker divisions in football. There will be a weak team from that division next year. But I think NFC-wise, this opens up a lot of opportunities for teams to walk in and make a difference. Aaron Rodgers, by the way, being highly courted by the Jets, the Packers actually, according to reports, want to move on from him. So see how things are starting to fall into place? See how the Bears could actually make a difference here? And they're right on the cusp of making something happen? Isn't that interesting? Think about that. The NFC North is going to be up for grabs starting next year if Aaron Rodgers leaves. Plain and simple. And it already is up for grabs technically because the Vikings won it this past year and they're not going to win it every year. And Kirk Cousins is getting old and is not performing at the rate at which he was before. So how about that to start? We got that going. NFC South is a total joke at this point. There is not one competent QB in that division. Not one. And the NFC East is always fluctuating. We don't know what the Giants are going to be next year. Cowboys could be in trouble. Dak Prescott. Eagles will probably be good. But we don't know what's going to happen. And then the West, too. The Rams are going to be rebuilding. The Cardinals are going to be rebuilding. We don't know what's going to happen with them. Seahawks are going to be on the edge as well. And the Niners don't even know who their quarterback's going to be. There is so much of an opportunity for the Bears here to capitalize and to make something happen. And that's what excites me about all these moves and all this movement that we're seeing. It's early. What is it? February 1st, right? February 1st. And I'm saying it right now, the NFC as a whole next year is going to be wide open with the exception of maybe Philadelphia. Time for the Bears to make a statement. Time for the Bears to use this opportunity of the number one overall pick, $100 million in cap space, and Justin Fields as their future to be a force to be reckoned with next season. And I'm saying it now, and that's not too bold to say. Look at this team and look at the rest of the NFC. Everything is in flux right now. There is nothing that is definite and nothing that is promised to anybody. Time to make your mark. Time to make something happen if you're the Bears. And it's exciting. Now, we talk about what the Bears have, right? We talk about what they could be doing with all these resources. That's great. But what about the rest of the teams around them? Right? What about the rest of these teams in the NFC who are going to be contending for playoff spots? How can the Bears at this point not make a wild card spot? Right? How can they not make it in? With all this uncertainty, with teams lacking quarterbacks, with the NFC South specifically being horrible right now. With the 49ers without a quarterback, literally without anybody. Jimmy Garoppolo's not coming back. Brock Purdy's going to have surgery, and Trey Lance might be back, but we don't know what we're going to get out of him. So the Niners may take a step back. The Packers will probably take a step back. The Buccaneers are going to be bad. The entire NFC South will be bad. What could we expect out of the Giants and the Cowboys? They could take steps back. So the question is, What will the Bears do, and how will they improve, and what will they do to take advantage of the situation? That's my whole thing. What will they do to take advantage of the situation? How can they take advantage of the situation? That's what excites me, and that's what should be exciting you. Also in Denver, Sean Payton is now going to be the head coach over there. The Broncos gave up another first-round pick. They have none left to get Sean Payton. Great move, but I think they overpaid for him. I like Sean Payton. I think he's a great coach. Going to be great for the Broncos, but you also have to resurrect and make Russell Wilson better. You have to make Russell Wilson better. You have to make their offense better. You have to control their defense, which was one of the best in the NFL. There's another problem. Sean Payton, although he's a great coach, has his work cut out for them over there in Denver. I don't know how that's going to work out either. I would hope he helps out Russell Wilson at least, because Wilson before this year was on a Hall of Fame trajectory. Some say he still is. I think so too, but still. Things could change. So a lot is on the table. And I guess that's the beauty of the NFL offseason, right? We saw this last year too. Will Rodgers go? Will he stay? Will Brady retire? Will he not? The NFL does a great job at controlling the news cycle 24/7. They're the best to do it. They're better than MLB for sure. And nobody cares about really the NHL, the NBA as much as NFL football. It seems as if every year there are openings, and then by the beginning of the season, they're all gone. And we kind of know what's going to happen, and a couple of surprise teams make it in. But right now, everything's wide open, and everything is on the table for them. And I think it's possible that the Bears could be a big-time contender next year. They could at least make the playoffs if they play their cards right. If they just do what's responsible with the cap space, the money, and the quarterback, they're going to be fine. That's the exciting part. That's what I like to see from this team. And in this situation for the Bears, it's exciting for them. It's exciting to see what could happen, right? It's really exciting to see what could happen. So I'd just say this, as far as next year goes, there's tons of movement. Tom Brady is gone. Aaron Rodgers might be gone. The Niners don't know who their quarterback's going to be. The NFC South has no quarterbacks available, it seems. Let the games begin. That's what I say. And I think it would be great for the Bears to take advantage of this situation. Make something happen. This is more than a prime opportunity. We said it last week. We'll say it every week. This is a generational opportunity for the Bears. Between the cap space, the quarterback, the pick, and now the trajectory of the entire NFL. There is so many opportunities here. So many chances for the Bears to open everything up. Tell everybody we're going to be the king now and we're going to make something happen. It's all up to them, though. It's all up to them on what they're going to do. That's what we have to wait and see about. I'm just telling you, Bears fans, here in the chat, on the program, watching, tuning in, on the podcast too, understand that there is a path to success next year even. Look at the rest of the NFC. Look at the rest of the football world. Don't let anybody tell you it's going to take a couple of years. If it takes a couple of years, when Aaron Rodgers may leave, when Tom Brady has left, when the Niners have no quarterback, when the NFC South has no quarterback, in general, you tell them that's crazy. The Bears will make something happen. And they better make something happen. It's time for them to do something here.